another thing too that I think is different with the small and mid-market within manufacturing and distribution is you have, in some ways, so many more options to choose from when it comes to technology. So what are some of the different types of technologies that you typically see the small and mid-sized manufacturing distribution companies select and implement?
Well, I think like outside of the ERP, you obviously have the ERP or the financial package. And I think it's important even here to say that not always is an ERP, a full-blown ERP, the right answer. It might be a smaller, we've had clients that have turned around and said, you know what, we really need to focus more on our CRM, but we need a solid financial package, not a full-blown ERP. But we really tend to focus on the financial packages, on the ERP packages, and the CRM packages as well. There also is a lot of need for an HRIS package to sit on top of the ERP platform, but when you're talking about the small and the mid-sized companies, they're usually outsourcing that HR, so it's really more of an interface to start off with, but what will that be down the road is what we need to look at.
Yeah. Are there certain vendors on the ERP side that you see more often in small and mid-market manufacturing distribution companies?
You know, we tend to you tend to see kind of the three main players, the Epicors, the Infors, or actually I guess I should say four: Epicors, Infors, Microsoft, and Oracle. But there also are some really good tier 2 packages as well. What we try and tell our clients is don't be scared or don't shy away from the big names, but also don't look down on some of the names that aren't as familiar and some of the packages that aren't as big, because we're kind of finding with all the technology that there's a lot of room to grow up. So we're not, it's not something that we're going to put you into a package and in 3 or 4 years you're going to say, boy, that was great, now we've got to do this all again.
Yeah, we've outgrown it already and now we've got to redo it.
Yeah, we got to, exactly. So I think the nice thing is it's a pretty wide wingspan now. So you're not backing yourself into a corner if you pick a smaller package. However, it is really important to say, let's get the package that's really going to allow us to grow. And the whole reason we're doing this is to take care of that growth and to put us in a position to grow. So let's make sure we're not going to get the technology that 4 years from now is going to limit it again.
Yeah, yeah. Now, what are some of the first steps you recommend to a manufacturer or distribution company that's about to start their journey? They're trying to figure out what direction to go, what their strategy is, what technology or vendors they want to evaluate and choose. What are some tips to just get started on that journey?
I think first and foremost is sit down as an organization. Third stage is really good at guiding an organization, or they can also start this before we're involved. But it's really sitting down and saying, where do you want to be in 1, 3, and 5 years? That 5 years gets a little milky. We try and not focus as much on that, but really on 1 to 3 years, where are we now? Where do we want to be? And how's technology going to get us there? And then I think it's important to take, the second step is to take a look at what technology you have now, and how's that going to enable you to get to where you want to be, or what needs to change to get you to where you want to be. Again, we've had clients that have come through and said we need to change completely our whole technology platform, and in reality they needed to tweak it, they needed to go through and add some new technology, but it wasn't just a complete overhaul. It was really figuring out what's our strategy and how's the technology going to help us get there. So it's really, I think, to sum that up, it's really sitting down and saying, where are we, where do we want to be, and how's technology going to help us get there?
Yeah, it's a great point, because you don't want to invest in technology just for technology's sake.